Hey, what's going on, guys? Joker back again, once again, and today I'll be doing a Survivor review of a Survivor from the game that has basically been me and Jack's addiction, the game that we've been playing a lot in our free time, and I am hoping to stream a little bit more in the future. And that game is Evil Dead the game, and the character that we will be reviewing today is Henry the Red, which is so far my favorite character. And also, fun fact, is the first character that I got to level 25, which is the max rank that you can get on a Survivor. Now, Henry the Red, when he does show up and starts beating Deadites in the movie Ash vs. Army of Darkness, he's pretty badass. And Henry the Red in this game is pretty badass too. He fulfills the unique role of tank, but also like melee damage tank, that a good amount of the characters don't fulfill. Like you can Ash versus Army of Darkness sort of does that, but it's not fully him. It's not part of his kit. It's not built into it. When with Henry the Red, it is his kit. His ability is made for that. That and the fact of also specking into him, his highest specs that you can go into that are more than like two or three is his melee health and also his shield. He's also one of the only characters that I know of besides Pablo, like him and Pablo are the only two that I know of so far that can actually go into a fifth shield bar. And basically, Henry will be that guy that will jump in to tank a boss unit or tank a possessed survivor or tank a possessed unit in general for the team for a couple seconds and not take damage and sort of flex some damage back. And the reason why he would not take damage is because of his ability. His ability is Unstoppable, which is for 7 seconds. You take no damage to your shield or your health at all. So basically, you just pop that, you tank the boss, get hit in the face for 7 seconds, but you take no damage and you deal damage and you just soak up that damage. Henry also has a bunch of other things going for him, so let's get into Henry. In addition to Henry the Red's unstoppable ability, he also starts the match with an additional shield bar, which could be nice, if you find another amulet, like two amulets at the start, and or you have a Pablo. And that sort of fits his overall unique role in the game as being the tank character. And leveling him up, he gets two other abilities. One of them is Rebound at level 10, which reflects roughly 30% of the damage that Henry receives back onto the attacker. So, in other words, it can make it easier for you or allies to deal with the attacker because they're taking damage just by hitting you, the demon or any of the normal Deadite units. And maxing him is where he really goes into the tank role with his Battle Hardened, which just ups the ever-living crap out of his maximum health and shield bar length by 10%. Now, when seeing this, most people like a now, when seeing this, a good amount of people might want to kind of like spec him heavily into tank and kind of give him like improved amulet, reinforced amulet, stuff like that. Seasoned survivor to reduce the damage from everything. But if you do that, it could be good if you have a Pablo or a Cheryl or just a support in general. But then Henry's gonna hit like a wet noodle because he has no damage perks. And melee damage is one of the things you want for Henry the Red, because when specking into him, his like the most upgrades you can get are in melee, health, and shield. So he's meant to be that sort of hybrid warrior character where he tanks a lot of stuff, um, and then also you can basically where he tanks a lot of stuff, and also you can basically still do a crap ton of melee damage. So I'll quickly give you my build here for maxed out Henry. 3 into last word to increase the damage on the last hit of the combo. Artful Dodger to go into Industrial Strength for increased maximum health by 20%. Plus, it's nice to have a little bit extra stamina when dodging. 4 into Devastating Force, because he is a melee based character. You're going to want to mainly use your melee over range. Seeing Stars 1, which is a 10% increase to balance bar damage. 1 into Blunt Force Trauma, which increases the balance bar damage from blunt weapons by 15%. And Heavy Hitter, increased damage with heavy melee attacks. This build with Henry that I do have, your preferred weapon will very likely be his Sledgehammer because it's blunt and it's two-handed, and that's important due to right here, Weapons Master two-handed. I put 3 into increases damage dealt by two-handed melee by 15% since it's 3. I have 1 into Weapons Master one-handed because of the fact of I needed to get into this. Plus, it's nice to have a 5% damage bonus with a one-handed weapon until you get like your sword or sledgehammer or lumberjack axe, because those are his 3 best weapons with this build. Stunning Strikes right here increases the balance bar damage. 3 into Tougher Than Hell to reduce the amount of damage you receive, and I prefer Fighting Shape because it can occasionally come into play over Second Wind, increase the melee damage you deal when your health drops below. You can do either or. Since he is a tank, a good amount of the time you're going to want to, you'll probably have yourself higher up, especially with Unstoppable activating. And that's basically Henry the Red. Best team comp with him, in my personal opinion, is Army of Darkness Ash, King Arthur, him, and then like a Pablo or a Cheryl. Specifically more Pablo for the shield, because this man can go to shield like 5 shield bars. I've heavily enjoyed playing him. Very fun character to play, and it's just there's something nice about just jumping in front of the enemies and just taking a bunch of damage and being like, yeah, no, stay away from my teammates. If you would like to see more character, like Survivor reviews and or Demon reviews, and maybe like a look at their skill tree, by all means let me know. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell to stay notified of future video streams, uploads, guides, etc., etc. And if you do want to see another Survivor and or Demon review, comment which one you would prefer to see. I would try my best to get him to level 25 max for Survivor, 45 max for Demon, as quick as possible, and get a review out to y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Catch you on the next one.